And now, from approximately coast to coast, Smurge, the product that removes grit, and Whiff, which eliminates the odor of Smurge, presents Classic Bob and Ray. Hi, this is Bob Elliott, and welcome to another program in our series, Classic Bob and Ray. These programs collect some of our best work from over 4 decades of radio. From the time Ray and I arrived in New York in the summer of 1951, the creator of the Today Show, Pat Weaver, took a liking to us and had us make regular appearances on the new show. So at 7:30 each morning during the news break in our radio program, we'd dash down the elevator in Rockefeller Center, run across 49th Street, and stand in front of the Today Show studio window. An engineer would hand us a microphone, and we'd do an impromptu sidewalk interview. Usually, I interviewed Ray until one day the NBC president called the show and asked, "Doesn't that idiot outside the window know he's talking to the same person every day?"
This is NBC, the national broadcasting company.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you'll consult the radio page of your evening newspaper, you'll see that the National Broadcasting Company is planning a gala transcribed treat for you during the next half hour in unselfishly turning over 30 minutes of their time to 2 gentlemen named Bob Elliott and Ray Goulding. Together with music by Paul Taubman, production by Kenneth McGregor, and announcing by me, Jack Costello. All of the sound effects will be handled by a Mr. Chet Hill. Bob and Ray will be here just as soon as I finish this introduction, which I just have. So let's go. Inside Bob and Ray.
Well, thanks, Jack, and hello again, everyone. You know, summer's over and the kids are back to school and there's a nip in the air, and that means that just around the bend awaits
The World Series Baseball Championship. No doubt about it, Ray, the fever is beginning to set in, isn't
Think
it?
we ought to do something about it?
Yeah, I think we should.
Well, friends, once again, in a spirit of selfless public service, Bob and Ray bring you another educational public service radio feature.
Yes, tonight we take you behind the scenes of baseball to witness a scene taking place every year at this time in the front offices of Major League Baseball clubs.
It's a facet of the grand old pastime the public never hears about.
The function of the World Series Ticket Distribution Department.
And now, for first-hand facts on this necessary adjunct to the playing of the series, we switch you to a typical baseball front office scene. Boy, give me another batch of Section A, will you?
Hey, what do I do with these special ticket requests, Chief?
Sit him down there on the floor anyway. I'm going crazy.
I think this one needs special handling, Chief. It's from Happy Chandler. Well, here we are, folks, standing in one of the world's busy spots at the moment, beside one of the world's busiest men, certainly. Let's see if we can't talk a moment to Mr. Fred Bleacher, manager of ticket distribution for the Brooklyn Dodgers. Perhaps he'll tell us what it's all about. How are ticket sales going, Mr. Bleacher?
Look out there. You want to knock that stack of tickets on the floor?
I'm sorry. I say, how are ticket sales going over here at Ebbets Field?
Of all the asinine questions...
Phone call, Chief. It's from the White House.
Okay. Ask him which whistle stop he wants him sent to. Look, mister, you're
Mr.
standing
Bleacher,
here in the way, please.
You see, I'm Bob Elliott, and we're feeding this special feature over NBC for the benefit of America's millions of baseball-happy fans.
Well, make it snappy. What do you want to know?
Well, we thought maybe you could fill us in on just how you managed to meet all the ticket requests that are flooding in, just what your system is.
System? What system? Look, Bob, Ebbets Field holds about 35,000 fans. We get 60,000 tickets printed up. Right now, we've got 120,000 requests. You give me a system, and be sure a shoehorn goes with it.
Well, you've certainly been very helpful, Mr. Bleacher. Now, one more question. What happens if the Dodgers don't win?
What's the matter? You crazy or something? Get out of here.
Well, there you have it, friends. The true
Come
insight
on, out.
on World Series ticket distribution as it functions here at Ebbets Field. And now, let's switch you to Ray Goulding, who's waiting to bring you a similar scene taking place at another big league baseball headquarters. Come in, Ray.
Guess I'll close up early today.
What was that, Ray?
Forget it, Bob. Somebody at NBC got his signals crossed. They sent me to Pittsburgh.
Now it's music time across this great nation of ours. And,
Well, there is an introduction if I ever heard one. And
dance
one that
time.
anybody can be proud of.
Honestly, you boys are such a fright.
All got our dancing shoes on here in the big dance studio at NBC.
I wouldn't be so sure of those Brooklyns winning either.
Well,
I don't know what made you put all your eggs in that basket
Well,
so
that's
soon.
right, Mary. It's still
Surely.
a little bit debatable.
Indeed it is. It
tipsy
hasn't
there.
been settled yet. I
But
don't
getting,
think you should have done that at all.
yeah.
You were poorly advised.
Getting to the music, we have Tommy Dorsey.
Dry up, Mary.
With,
Don't you ever talk to me that way again.
Look, if you two want to argue, go outside. Don't do it here. There's a radio program in progress.
Surely. A what?
A radio program.
You are
I know.
funny.
Yeah, that does sound kind of silly. I
Sure.
suppose. But here's Tommy Dorsey, good old TD, his piano and orchestra with You Do Something to Me.
Oh. How's that? Snappy enough for you?
Oh, for the land's sakes, it was pretty slow and dreamy.
Well, that's it. We wanted to set that kind of a scene because we have a wonderful occupation guest here.
We do?
Yes, he's coming
this
in now.
little green man coming in.
Yes, sir. And what is your name, please, sir?
You know my name as well as I do, eh? Peter Gory.
Oh, it's good
I used
see
to
you.
be your Chuckles in the News announcer.
I remember, and there haven't been many chuckles in the news that you could use.
All of
lately.
the news has been unchuckly for quite some time.
They do? Or, oh, it has been?
I'm all ears.
What's that,
I
Peter?
said I'm all ears.
Yes. All right. Well, now tell me, what brings you here to our
Well,
gay
I was
program
thinking that maybe a friend of mine from lower schizophrenia who was ousted from his government, he was a king over there.
tonight? Oh, yeah, I remember
thinking-
reading about it in Time magazine.
That's right. I was thinking maybe I could get him a job here in this country.
What kind of a job do you think you could get for him?
I thought maybe with all of this talk about cigarettes that you hear, that he could be a model for a new king-size cigarette.
Oh, I think maybe you have
He has
something
nothing to
there.
do over there in his country anymore.
Well, is he tall?
He's quite tall, yes.
And you think he'd make a good model for a king-size
I think
cigarette?
he'd look very neat on the package.
All right, Peter. Well, thanks for dropping by.
Right, all.
You've been one of our better interviews, believe me.
Thank you. Anything I can do before I go?
Not a thing that I
Want
can
some
think
coffee?
of. Do you have any there?
Yes, here's some.
What a color. What's that, green?
Well, it's kind of green, yes.
What do you make your coffee with, Peter?
Coffee?
What kind of coffee?
Well, that I can't tell you.
Well, pour me a cup.
Go
What-
ahead and
What
drink
can I
it.
lose?
Go ahead and drink it.
I wouldn't touch it, Ray. It looks very
No,
bad.
that doesn't look
I
very
wouldn't
good.
trust that Mr. Gory as far as I could throw him.
Well, I
And I'm
wouldn't-
thinking seriously of
Quite
doing
a-
it right now.
Quite a distance you could
Indeed,
do that.
king size.
I noticed that also here in our studio is our old friend Fred Sturdley, who's going to take part in this next little bit here. Starts off with me coming up to Fred and saying, well, if it isn't my old friend Fred Sturdley.
Oh, hello, Cartwright.
What's new?
Oh, nothing much. You know, the same old stuff.
Well, I guess that sounds familiar to a lot of people, doesn't it? You've been trapped by that question thousands of times.
But what do you do about it? What answer do you make to what's new?
Find answers which would be fresh, original, and imaginative. Bob and Ray range the length and breadth of the land.
In thousands of interviews with file clerks, busboys, subway motormen, housewives, and Broadway bit players, we pose the thorny question, what's new?
And from the thousands of answers received, mostly unmentionable, we've culled out the best and set them down in easy-to-memorize form in the handy little Bob and Ray What's New answer book.
Now, if someone were to approach you with the threadbare greeting, what's new, you might respond cleverly with,
Chlorophyll,
or satirically,
Grant's Tomb.
or if you're statistically minded,
Now the Dodgers are in.
and there are hundreds more.
So today, before someone else steps up and asks, What's new? Get your indexed Bob and Ray What's New answer book.
If you're not completely satisfied that this handy little book does all we say it does, you send the torn pages back to Not Satisfied, NBC, New York.
We can sell the paper. Well, you know, in just a few weeks now, millions of Americans who have returned to standard time as daylight saving time comes to an end.
This, of course, means that for every clock turned back, there'll be a full 60 minutes hour lost.
But the
Because we've long felt that the possibilities for saving this extra hour have long been overlooked by the American masses, we have written a book.
That's right, attractively jacketed in tinfoil. And we've titled the provocative coming bestseller, Tempus Fugit.
America needs this book.
You see, it carries a message.
It's timely.
Friends, have you ever wondered what to do with the hour you save each September at clock turning back time?
Well, fret no longer. Bob and Ray's new book, Tempus Fugit, shows you how to turn those hours saved into a fascinating hobby.
Added income.
Big business.
For example, in our book, we wrote this. On the final eve of daylight saving time, you go to your clock,
all your clocks,
turn back the hands, and carefully remove the saved hour from each clock.
When you've done this, pack each hour separately in an airtight, moisture-proof container, then place it in a cool place.
Now, depending on the number of clocks you've turned back, you have that number of extra hours available for use at a moment's notice.
Now, if you're a hobbyist, you'll find collecting these extra hours an absorbing pastime.
Build your collection, catalog each item, search for rare species.
Trade them with friends and relatives.
Or, if you wish, merely save the extra hours for a time when you may wish to surrender them at accrued cash value to someone who says,
"Oh, if I only had more time."
So now you listen to this dandy idea for saving those extra hours sent to us by B4 O'Clock. Is that his right name?
I think it is. I have the letter right here. Of time-conscious Missouri.
Right.
It's a lady.
When I heard you were writing your fascinating book Tempus Fugit last spring, it gave me an idea on the last day of daylight.
Will you give me casting
saving
here
time.
at NBC, please?
I can't. Don't you like the way I read it, Bob?
Well, no, but I think
Well,
you
let
could
me
read
try
it.
it again.
Yes. A little more feeling.
When I heard you were writing your fascinating book, Tempus Fugit, last spring, it gave me, and an idea on the last day of daylight saving time, I carefully collected all my hours gained as I turned back each clock and deposited them. Is that all right?
To my account.
To my account in my local bank today. My local
Today?
bank. Today, my gained hours are each an hour and 12 minutes long.
Now, you see, what Mrs. O'Clock was trying to say was that they gained interest, friends.
So, friends, don't you waste another moment. Learn how not to waste an extra hour. Read Tempus Fugit.
Extra hours can give you added time to kill.
So don't delay. Write today, including your name and address, to TikTok, NBC, New York.
Send no money.
Pay nothing until the Bob and Ray representative in your neighborhood calls at your home.
Don't dicker over price with this man.
No, the gun he points at you will be loaded.
Howdy, Bob and Ray.
Hi,
Mary.
Hello, Tex.
Peter Gory. And all the rest of your fine cats.
Peter has left. I put him out the door. Did you hear the
I
earlier?
saw him rushing out there.
Surely.
Also see something about you two fellas on the back of Quick magazine this week.
What to say, wanted?
No, it was just a nice picture of you.
Uh-huh.
And inside there's a story. I don't believe you've seen it.
Oh, I haven't as yet. But do you have a copy there?
I didn't bring it with me. The boys are looking it over back home.
What kind of a picture is it? A college shot of Bob and I at the stadium, or what?
No, it's one of you all dressed up in costume. I've forgotten what it was.
Uh-huh. Well, I'd like to see it.
Oh, why don't you go and get us
It's on the back of Cattleman's Monthly, you say?
No, on the back of Quick.
Quick. Oh,
That
yes.
Cattleman's Monthly story comes up, I think, in the October issue.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And also, I heard you got a big write-up in Hobo News.
Well, you got a
Congratulations.
Well, thank you. We have a very nice
Fine.
biography in there and picture stories and all.
Yeah, we're pretty proud of it.
All right, on with the show. Let's dance some more. I have friends of mine coming in.
Oh, you have a song from Perry Como, if you'd like to hear that.
Who?
Perry Como.
Don't believe I've heard of Perry.
Pear? Have you heard of Pear?
No, the name doesn't hit a chord with me.
Well, I don't know where you've been, but he is now one of our top singers.
Sing? Oh, I thought he was a band leader.
No.
Oh.
No, you have your facts mixed
Como.
up there. Como sings When You're Smiling.
Well,
Okay?
good luck.
Here you are, fellas. Just what you ordered.
Hi, Paul.
Whole bunch of Tootsie Rolls.
Thanks a lot, boy. We've been waiting for
Don't eat
these.
them during the show, though.
No, we won't.
Okay. What are you going to do now?
Well, we have decided that since this is, about 10 minutes of 9
Yes, sir.
in the Eastern time zone, that it would be nice to recall what a morning program, maybe from the West Coast, sounds like.
Doesn't have to be from the West Coast.
I
but-
know what they sound like pretty much. You mean you're going to do another one for us now?
Yeah, I thought it'd be good to have one at night, sure.
Oh, all right, then. I'll go out and be the audience.
Well, there's quite a few people. We'll create the illusion.
All right, sir.
And Ray will sign it on and get everything ready.
Okay, let's go. Paul? Well, hello again there, fun-loving America. Time again to play that wonderful new game. Ladies, grab your seats. Now coming on the stage, a lovable and unpredictable master of ceremonies, Larry Lovebrand.
Well, thank you, Ralph. And
Larry, coming up to the microphone is this young lady here.
I'll say, good morning, ladies out there all across this great land of ours. Wonderful
Good
to be
morning,
with you.
Larry.
Oh, you're a grand bunch of ladies. You all had your breakfast out there?
Yes, we've all been eating.
What's your name, Mother?
Amanda
Amanda what?
Hill.
Amanda Hill. She's a lovely, dimple-cheeked little lady from whereabouts? Where do you come from?
Come from the Midwest.
Whereabouts exactly?
Poughkeepsie, New York.
Poughkeepsie, New York. That's what Seems as how maybe we got some more people here in the audience from Poughkeepsie, New York. Did you enjoy your breakfast this morning?
Had a wonderful time eating the breakfast
How'd you
here
like the
that-
porridge they handed out to
that
you?
you served us. We've all were talking about it before the program started.
Uh-huh.
We liked it.
Good. Well, now tell me this, Mrs. Hill. It is Mrs. Hill, isn't it? Miss Hill?
Mrs. Hill.
What's your husband do, Miss Hill?
Well, my husband operates a golf driving course.
A golf driving boy. That's kind of an unusual job, isn't it? How long has he been doing that?
Well, I've been doing it for almost, well, let me count up. 3 weeks come Saturday.
It hasn't been very long, then. Do you help him out with his work? or-
I help gather up all the golf balls out in the woods, way out yonder. It's up in Bailey's back 40, actually. So many of the people drive so far, we get in trouble with the neighbors.
Up there in Poughkeepsie, huh?
No, it's further up around Albany, the neighbors.
And you're the person who gets inside that little cage with wheels on it and goes out around the course and
That and my boy Douglas.
Douglas is in it too, huh?
Well, he'll be going back to school now. He helped all summer.
Well, I'll say, wonderful, Miss Hill. What are your hobbies?
I like to ride horses, and that's about my main hobby.
What are you doing here in Hollywood this morning?
Well, I'm out here for tryout.
Well, you going into movies? You got a screen test all lined up for you? I think that's wonderful.
Yes. Yes.
Do you know the picture you're going into, Miss Hill?
I don't know. It's something opposite Mickey Rooney, something about prep school and puppy love, one thing another.
I see, and you're going to be in this picture probably as his mother, huh?
No, as the football coach.
Well, oh boy. Yes, sir. Okay, now we're just about down to the time when you get a chance at that big
You
jackpot.
going to eat all your toast and drink your cocoa?
No, you.
May I have
this
some
if you want.
because-
Ralph, why don't you get the ladies some more cocoa?
Okay,
and,
lady, stand right there. I'll get it
some
for
more
you.
toast. Okay, now we're down to the questions. What have you selected as your category? over
Catalog on the board there,
On the
number
blackboard.
3.
there? And what is that? Want to read it off to us?
Yes, famous makers of imitation fruit.
Famous makers of imitation fruit. All right. My name is associated with the type of fruit which I have imitated for, lo, these many years. Who
I
am
don't know why I picked that category. I don't
It's
know.
kind of a tough one, I'll tell you that.
I don't know
I wouldn't have
anything
known these
about it.
answers myself.
Well,
Want
I'll
take
have
a
to
guess
guess.
at it?
Mr. Pear? No.
Well,
I wouldn't
take
think
another
that.
guess. You got a little more
Orange,
time.
grapes,
You're warm.
bananas.
No.
Fritter.
Fritter, right. Okay. Now you that's wonderful. Kind of associated banana with fritters
Fritter
there, and
and
you
come
got
up
the
with the
fellow's
right
name. All
answer.
right, that's the first part of your question.
Huh?
Well, there are 3 more parts to it, you know.
Well, that first part was tough enough. Cough up with the loot boy, or I'll flop you one.
We can't pay you for that.
Come on,
but-
I'm not coming up here making a
Ralph,
fool of myself for
Ralph,
you or anybody
will you
like
come over
you.
here and take this.
Come on,
lady
lady,
out,
out with
please?
me.
All right,
What
we'll
a
get to
sport.
some other lady real soon.
Hey, a wonderful audience.
That's
huh?
about all time we have for today, ladies. Now drop back in my line, man.
Now it's music time again. And, sir, do you want to talk to us about this song?
No.
Friends, are you ever called thin-skinned?
Thin-skinned. Thin-skinned.
Thin-skinned. Friends, do people say you're thin-skinned?
They're nasty.
Then again, they may call you thin-skinned merely because they can see through you.
But now...
Yes, now.
Thanks to a new scientific development which recently got out of control in the Bob and Ray home laboratories, you need no longer suffer from thin-skinnedness.
SkinThick. Yes, SkinThick, an amazing new secret formula, thickens the thinnest of skins in practically no time at all.
Leaves your skin leathery, coarse, and fiber tough.
Originally developed as a solder for leaky battleship hulls, SkinThick's startling effectiveness in solidifying the human epidermis soon will become a sickening reality.
Now, Bob and Ray make it available to you in economical, easy-to-use bales.
Now, to convince yourself of SkinThick's under-the-skin effectiveness, give yourself the SkinThick 82-day test.
Every day for 82 days, one of our trucks will back up to your bathroom window, quietly and efficiently dump a load of SkinThick into your daily bath. All you have to do is add water and soak.
If, after bathing 82 days in SkinThick, your skin does not feel noticeably thicker and denser, if, in fact, you become numb all over,
then possibly you've not followed instructions properly, and we must ask you to return to us the unused portions.
And we'll return to you the unused portions of the money you sent us.
Now, here's what Mrs. R, if any, here's what Mrs. R. Rhinoceros, a steady SkinThick user, has to say.
Before using SkinThick, I was so thin-skinned, people in a hurry used to take short cuts through me 2 or 3 times a day even. But now, after using SkinThick for only 14 days, people give me a wide berth.
So there you have it, friends. Straight from the lips of a satisfied SkinThick user, a glowing testimonial from one who somehow lived to tell her story.
What SkinThick has done for the skin-thinnedness of others, it can do for you.
So begin the SkinThick test today. If in 82 days you don't say,
I've had enough,
we'll know you've had too much.
Now, if your druggist doesn't sell SkinThick, insist upon it, and I'm sure he'll get it for you.
Incidentally, don't mail your order for SkinThick to us, nor write to us either, care of Skin, NBC, New York.
Because, you see, 2 weeks ago, we unloaded our entire stock on someone who should have known better, and we're now far out on the high seas, bound for the Orient on a leisurely vessel.
Now it's time to say goodnight. Good night.
That's a terrible commercial you had there. I don't think you should have gone through with it.
Well, you haven't cared for much of anything tonight.
No,
Mary,
I have not. To be frank with you, I don't like that commercial at all. I don't know what you boys ever bought it for.
Well, we have got to go. We'll have to take this up later, I guess.
All right, see you next week.
Yep. Till then.
All righty.
So, with characteristic modesty, it's time for me, Jack Costello, to say that what you've been listening to, transcribed, is called The Bob and Ray Show, produced by Kenneth McGregor with music by Paul Taubman. This sterling feature will no doubt be aired again next week at this same time. Well, that's about it. And for tonight, it's goodbye from Inside Bob and Ray.
Attention all nature lovers.
Attention all tree lovers.
You've probably all heard the expression, as the twig is bent, so the tree will grow.
Well, today, here's your real chance. Come to Bob and Ray for pre-bent twigs.
Now, you just tell us how you want your tree to grow, and we'll give it the proper bend.
Now, for example, if you like a tall, skinny tree, we can offer you the broom-handled twig bend.
For those who like a low, wide-spreading number, we advise our middle-aged spread bend.
For musical tree lovers, we have a real special this week you can't afford to miss, Alexander's Ragtime Bend.
And remember, with every Bob and Ray pre-bent twig, you get absolutely free a large box of handy plastic Band-Aids.
So bend an ear now, because it's time for the Bob and Ray Show. First today, we're proud to announce a salute to the man of the week in industry.
Today, we point with pride to this week's winner. Lancelot J. Freeble, head of the Freeble Practical Television Aerial Corporation.
It was Freeble who first saw the possibilities in useful TV aerials.
And so it was Freeble who gave you the aerial that doubled as a cattle-proof wire fence.
It was Freeble who gave you the aerial with detachable fabric-covered ends that could be used as pipe cleaners.
It was Freeble who gave you the grape arbor-type aerial, complete with healthy-growing grape vines.
And for people who didn't like television, there was an optional arbor attachment which grew sour grapes.
But now, friends, Freeble offers the practical television aerial of the year.
The aerial that doubles as the jungle gym for the kiddies.
Now, just think of this, parents. All you have to do is put the kiddies up on the roof in the morning and forget about them for the rest of the day.
Lots of healthy exercise for them out in the open air, and you always know just where they are.
If one does happen to roll off the roof, you're bound to hear it.
Just picture a happy morning in the home of an average American housewife with 3 small children. Edgar, aged 5, Edna, 3, and Ermintrude, 1.
Now, hubby has left for the office, and the kiddies have been put up on the roof to play, leaving you time to do your housework in peace.
And as you stand at the sink, merrily cleaning up the breakfast dishes, you hear...
Well, that's Edgar. He's such a solid little boy. That makes 1. That makes 2. Edna's so light on her feet. 3. Now that's Ermintrude. She learns so fast. Well, it's so nice to know where they all are. Oh, for the land's sakes, that silly father of theirs was up there again.
Well, that's about all the time we have today. Classic Bob and Ray was written and performed by Bob Elliott and Ray Goulding. Additional material by Tom Cook, Lars Hoel, and Ole Olehi. Classic Bob and Ray was developed for the Radio Foundation by our executive producer, Larry Josephson. Lars Hoel is our program producer, engineering by Jerry LaRosa, Bill O'Neill, and Manoli Wetherell.
And now this is Ray Goulding reminding you to write if you get work.
Bob Elliott reminding you to hang by your thumbs.
This program was independently produced and distributed by the Radio Foundation. This is the Radio Art Radio Network.